Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Week 4 is here. I am slowly but surely recovering some form of illness. And apropos, I am excited to welcome back my friend, my colleague, Ryan Borman. Ryan, how the hell was Italy?
Dude, it was awesome. I want to say I'm excited to be back, but I think that'd be a lie. Definitely excited to be on the show, but I do still wish I was in Italy right now instead.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Italy's a special place. It's also pouring here in the New Jersey, New York region of the United States of America. As you could tell, I've also have sounded way worse than this since the end of last week's stream. So it's been fun trying to get over it. We got the Ryder Cup going on this weekend. I've got one of my best friend's weddings. It doesn't stop, but we're here to talk about some football, week 4 in particular. Um, and yeah, I guess let's kick it into gear. Before we obviously get into things, how was it not betting for what was it, 10 days you were gone? Felt nice,
Yeah,
right?
10, 11 days. It was tough. I mean, not tough in a way. Like I definitely needed a break, but it was just weird because, obviously working in the industry and betting every day, it's just kind of ingrained into my everyday everyday culture. So it was definitely different, but I tried my best to stay off my phone as much as I possibly could. I still had some, fantasy football stuff in there and whatnot that my girlfriend was like, get off your phone while we're while we're doing some stuff. But besides that, it wasn't too bad. It was a much needed break.
Love it. Yeah, I don't blame her. But I'm glad you got to enjoy. Before we get into obviously how we could turn some promos into cash this week and some of our favorite bets of the week, I'd be remiss if I didn't highlight that for everyone who is not aware, ProfitDuel has an incredible affiliate program where you can earn a good percent of basically your subscription costs for everyone you refer to ProfitDuel. And we're enhancing that this week with basically giving you a chance to win 4 NFL tickets. So if you'd like to inquire more about how to become a ProfitDuel affiliate, hit Ryan or myself up and you can make a pretty decent amount of money just passively by referring your friends, and you can win some NFL tickets. So give Ryan or myself a shout. Ryan, so you've been back for 24 hours. Have you scoured the market yet?
Barely. I would say this is probably the most unprepared I've been for a stream thus far, just because getting back into the swing of everything with I fell asleep, I think 7 o'clock, 7:30 yesterday, which is like 2 a.m. Italy time after a full day of travel. So it's been just catching back up right now. But I dove in a little bit, but I would say this is the most unprepared I've been for a stream so far, and that's no fault of my own, but it is what it is.
It's all right. It's life. Look, but good thing that we have 2 of us here. Right now on FanDuel, there is a 50% profit boost on tonight's game. I am not logged in. I'm logged in on my phone right here. I just logged in. I actually have a max of $50 on this for tonight. Obviously, these max wagers will vary, but yeah, just an easy money making opportunity right here on FanDuel. Obviously, in order to use tonight's boost, you simply just go to the ProfitDuel Dutch sorry, see, I got brain fog from this illness. You simply just go to the ProfitDuel Boost Matcher. Primary sportsbook is FanDuel. You just input everything, 50% boost, 50% max, bada bing, bada boom. And this is on any market, right? So you could walk away with just an easy $17 tonight, but don't even have to watch. You put the boost on Kyler Murray anytime touchdown on FanDuel, and you place a coinciding bet over on no vig on no, and boom, you walk away with at least $17. Pretty easy. So we actually have a few questions. Well, one's a comment. Good to have you back around, Ryan. I agree.
Appreciate it, Dan.
Any specific recommendations for the FanDuel profit boost? Yes, Dan. This is my recommendation. Just go to the ProfitDuel Go to the ProfitDuel Boost Matcher. Obviously, input FanDuel, put in all your correct amounts, your profit boost, your max wager, search for Cardinals, Seahawks game, and just roll with the highest profit rating. That's it. That's my recommendation. Just go on over to ProfitDuel, open up the Boost Matcher, and go with whatever we spit out. And boom, you'll walk away with guaranteed money.
For what it's worth, 2KCI, the touchdown jackpot promotion, I believe I'm going to be taking Kyler Murray for this one as well. So just if anyone in the crowd is into the touchdown jackpot, he's plus 320 on FanDuel, and it looks like he's around plus 300 next best across the board. So I'm going to take him in this one. There's just a couple other decent options, but I like to go with like a mid-tier, like plus 300 to plus 400 guy. So hopefully the payout on the jackpot would be quite large if it hits. Some people, you could easily just go with a favorite here and potentially give yourself a better chance to get the jackpot.
I actually have someone I'm going to take right after this.
Oh,
it is a little. I actually have no idea what his odds are, but I just know there's some injuries. I'll pull them up. Don't worry. That's ridiculous. There's a Jackson Dart tab for us New York, New Jersey people. I mean, that's absurd, but we'll go to that after.
He's a wild card. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, that's just ridiculous in my opinion. But let me just quickly go look. I'm thinking Greg Dortch. I have no idea what his odds are.
I was thinking about him for a minute too. I think he's plus 600.
I like that. I like him. So you take any time first?
What's up?
So you would, for this promo, do you take any time and not first?
Yeah, you take any time, and then you get money if he scores first or last. You get part of the jackpot if he scores first or last. So you obviously then if he scores, you win your bet, plus you would get money for first and last. So you kind of have like a triple whammy almost there potentially. And it's just usually just a $5 minimum bet. So like you can match bet it on ProfitDuel and lose 10 cents potentially here for a chance to get a much larger bonus bet that you could then convert back for solid cash.
Interesting. I also don't mind Jake Bobo. Preseason darling Jake Bobo. But yeah, I would take Dortch. I think that's what I'm going to roll with. Dan also has another question. No, thank you. Of course, our pleasure. That's what we're here for. What are we talking about with the Ryder Cup? Anything going on? The Ryder Cup is on Long Island between U.S. and Europe, starting tomorrow, ending Sunday. I personally don't have any wagers on it. I won't be able to really watch much as I have a wedding all weekend, but should be a very, very exciting event.
Yeah, there's definitely a bunch of promotions around that too. And like in the Discord, if you have questions about how to use those, definitely let me know. Like I said, I saw some people putting it out yesterday, but I was not back yesterday, so I'm back today to help out, and I definitely will have wagers on it. I feel like rightfully so. I'm gonna have to just take the USA to win, just out of being back in the USA. So I got my USA hat on too. I feel like it's just obligation at this point, but might not be the best money making bet potentially. We'll see.
I want USA to win, but Europe is stacked in my opinion. I don't know, but it's very hard to win on opposing soil. It's only been done a few times, but we'll see what happens. But there's 100% boost on FanDuel. Admittedly, I haven't gone to every sportsbook to look at what the boosts are for the Ryder Cup, but I'm sure there's plenty opportunities available. Let's see what's going on.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, let's see what's going on DraftKings, but in terms of boost for tonight. I haven't really looked.
I was gonna say 100% boost on the Ryder Cup. You should be able to lock in profit regardless. So you don't even have to do too much scouring. You'll be good there.
DraftKings isn't great. FanDuel actually has a lot of boost actually on college football, which has been great. I've been cleaning up on these. I made I think like $60 alone on these exact 3 boosts last week, 1, 2, and 3. It's been the same 50% profit boost. I'll put out a video tomorrow highlighting how to play all of these boosts. But for the folks watching at home, this boosting with the boys profit boost can, I think, go on any college football bet. Any college football game taking place on Saturday. So I will quickly show everyone how to just use this. You basically just go to the ProfitDuel Boost Matcher. I have a 50% max on this as well. Make sure we are taking out the event as it's not the Cardinals versus Seahawks. Mark sports, it's college football. And boom, just obviously make sure you're looking at Saturday's games. And here's how you can walk away with an easy $12. You put the boost on Cincy on FanDuel, take Kansas on ProfitX. Bada bing, bada boom. That's $12 right before the game even starts. Easy cash. Any other good promos out for tonight's game or no?
DraftKings looks like a lot of their stuff, it's SGP based as opposed to just straight boosts. Unfortunately, they were rolling for a little while, straight ones, but maybe since I've been gone, they've sadly reverted back. I'm not sure what it looked like last week.
Yeah, last week they had a few boosts. They had the 50% as well. I'm just quickly looking at Fanatics. They've had the no sweat for pretty much every primetime game this month, so I believe that's still the case.
Yeah, DraftKings had a no sweat before I left as well too. Did they do away with that potentially? That would suck.
Which one was it? I didn't have that. I had a no sweat touchdown.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, there's actually some good stuff on Fanatics. I have a no sweat bet. I have a profit boost of 50%. So let's quickly show. Obviously, Fanatics doesn't have a desktop, if I recall, right? I'm looking at my phone right here. 50%. So let's quickly show the folks at home how you could play this on Fanatics. Tonight's boost for Cardinals and Seahawks. Oh, well, that's why, because I'm an idiot. I saw college football.
Oh, Cardinals.
Yeah. I guess it's not picking up the Louisville Cardinals for us. All right. Well, here's another $13 you just found on the floor. Simple as that. You put the boost on AJ Bartner under receptions on Fanatics, and you take the over on no vig. Bada bing, bada boom. There's another $13. Easy money. You found this all on the floor. You don't even have to watch the game. Just use your boost to your advantage. Obviously, you got a no sweat bet as well, which you could use on the Dutch matcher. But Ryan, should we get into some matchups?
Yeah, let's get into it. I'm looking at them now, so I'm curious to see. There's a lot of big spreads this week.
There are a lot of big spreads. There's a lot of backup quarterbacks coming into the foray. We've got some rookies making their debuts, specifically Mr. Dart, who we just mentioned. So quite an NFL week. Will be interesting to see what happens. Our beloved Jets go to Miami this Monday night, where the 0-3 New York Football Jets will take on the 0-3 Miami Dolphins in what should be a doozy. The Jets haven't won in Miami since 2015. They've suffered from the Miami flu. Perhaps this year they focus on the game more so than the bottles at 11 and the girls there. That's just a suggestion, but it would be nice if the Jets can maybe get a win. But who's your favorite chalk play of the week?
I was just looking at it, and I think I actually like the Patriots to cover versus the Panthers. I saw that the Panthers last week, the Panthers just crushed the Falcons, right?
Yes, it was 30-0.
Yeah, crushed them. I think I mean, hope we'll see. It might be a little bit of an overreaction to last week, but I've seen the Patriots down to 4.5 some places. And I think that would be my favorite of the week would be for the Patriots to cover versus the Panthers. Well, I don't know if they're going to keep up that sort of offense. They're still the Panthers.
Yes, I do agree. And actually, if you looked under the hood last week, the Panthers probably shouldn't have won 30-0. A lot of that was some of Michael Penix's own doing. I believe yards per play was very very close. Like, it wasn't even that crazy. The Panthers offense didn't really do much. Look, the Patriots only lost by 7 last week, despite having 5 turnovers, which is an accomplishment in its own right. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm looking at it right now. The Panthers won 30-0 last week, despite the fact that they averaged 4.1 yards per play and that the Falcons averaged 5 yards per play. So pretty wild. The Panthers were also 3 of 11 on third down. I don't know how they won 30-0. I mean, I do know how they won. It's because they won the turnover battle significantly and capitalized on all those turnovers. But yeah, I actually really do like the Patriots. I personally bet them this week, but for the sake of a good streaming, good podcasting, I'm not going to pick them as my favorite chalk play. It was going to be them, but let me look down the board a bit.
There's some big ones. This is a scary week.
Give me the Green Bay Packers -6 on Sunday Night Football against the Dallas Cowboys. This is Micah Parsons' revenge game, and I'm going to back it, I guess. The Packers just lost to the lowly Browns, but don't let that fool you. Green Bay's defense is very legit. It's one of the top units in DVOA. Meanwhile, Dallas is running out a atrocious defense that ranks bottom 10 in explosive play rate allowed. Their secondary is trash. It is awful, and they are now facing a Packers offense that ranks top 5 in explosive play rate. So I really expect this to be a humongous mismatch waiting to happen. Green Bay's defense should be able to control this game while their offense exploits a very weak Cowboys secondary that is not healthy and is not good by any stretch of the imagination. And the Cowboys will also be without CD Lamb, so that is a massive loss for them. Give me the Packers -6.
Yeah, the Cowboys. I mean, they have Turpin and Tolbert, their next men up after Pickens, and they combined haven't played that many snaps at wide receiver in general. Should be very interesting for Dak and company to try to score some points.
Yeah, I'm also trotting out Dak in fantasy football. So, but look, if he plays from behind, get some garbage time. Hopefully, Packers cover. Dak puts up some gaudy stats. But Rizzle, not to be confused with the Rizzler, he's also on Green Bay. Welcome. Get in my hole, baby. There we go. Hold on. Let's take a break here. We're Adrian Peterson. Oh, that's quite a name. Was offered JSN for Bucky. If you're getting JSN, take him. He's incredible. You know what? That'll bring me to my prop bet. That's a good segue. I have a prop bet for tonight, Ryan.
Okay, let's hear it.
It is JSN over 81.5 receiving yards. He's cleared this number in every game this season, and now he gets an Arizona secondary that's being held together with basically duct tape and yourself and myself. They're banged up. I do like the Cardinals defense, but JSN is commanding a ridiculous 42% target share and 58% of Seattle's air yards, and those are absolutely ludicrous numbers. He is basically the entire Seattle passing game. And the Cardinals being down multiple defensive backs and it being a short week, it's going to be tough to stop JSN. So I like JSN over 81.5 receiving yards. I know that number is no longer available. I did take it 3 days ago, but I would still take it at whatever it is, if I'm being honest.
I think you can still get it. It looks like you can still get it at 82.5, Casey. So that's not too far off, which is not bad at all. So that's good news. I think if we're going to segue straight into that game, I think I have a little bit of a longer shot one that I'm going to include into most of my probably the SGPs that I'm going to play tonight on DraftKings, and that's going to actually be we can let JSN get all the receiving yards, but I'm actually going to take Cooper Kupp to score a touchdown tonight at +330.
Old man Coop, what is he? +330?
Yeah, +330 on DraftKings.
Okay.
So he's only got to catch one ball. We'll let JSN catch all the other ones, and then have Cooper find his way into the end zone finally.
I love it. Look, I always love to just hopefully see high scoring affairs on Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, they've been fun so far. How was last week's game?
Yeah, last week's game was Bills Dolphins. It wasn't a bad game actually, despite it being a spread of 12. The score was, I would say, more lopsided than the actual game itself. Tua is just breathtakingly bad, in my opinion. But yeah, I enjoyed that game. I would have liked if Malik Washington scored the first touchdown instead of getting tackled on the 1 yard line. My wallet also would have liked that as well. But
That would have been fun.
beggars can't be choosers. Hopefully, another crack at the apple tonight.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. But hopefully, we get a good game tonight. All right, give me your underdog of the week.
I was just looking at the board for the underdog of the week. I think it's a weird slate. I'm not gonna do it. Well, I'll stay away from the Jets. They have to beat the Dolphins on Monday, but I'm gonna stay away for now. Uh, I actually think I'm going to
Hold on.
take.
Before you do that, if the New York Jets honestly do not beat the Dolphins on Monday night, who are absolutely horrible, their secondary is trash. They look like a team that just hates each other. Everyone wants to be traded. That is a joke. They have not won in Miami since October 2015. It is ridiculous. They play there once a year, and they have not won there in 10 years. You got to change it. You got to change it up. Aaron Glenn's got to get his first win. I'm tired of the moral victories. I also just can't stand Jets Twitter anymore. Everyone is so stupid. It's baffling. But come on, Jets. Come out of there with a win. Go to 11 after, celebrate. Get yourself a Denver omelet and come back to New York to face a Cowboys team at 1-3. Let's go.
I think Fields is progressing through concussion protocol too. So I don't really think it matters who they trot out there on Monday. That's kind of a must-win game for them, I think, in my opinion. Even though they're still okay underdogs in this game. So
yeah, on my PPH, which I didn't get it down, the Jets were +5 when it first came out, and I was astounded. And as soon as I was like, I'll come back to this later, it was at 2.5.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Five is way too high. That's insane.
I'm such a fool for not touching it. But yeah.
All right. So if I have to pick one here, I think I'm going to take it's barely underdog because the spreads are so large this week. I think I'm going to take the Falcons to beat the Commanders after they just were embarrassed by the Panthers. That kind of a reverse. I took the Panthers to lose this week, and now I'm going to take the Falcons to bounce back against the Commanders. Commanders are a little bit banged up too. They're going to be without Terry. Jane Daniels is supposed to be a go, but he's not 100% there yet. So I'm going to give me the Falcons on the money line this Sunday.
Oh boy. Well, here's the bad news. That was my underdog pick of the week. I took them on Monday at +3 on DraftKings. I think that spread is now 1.5. Jaden Daniels is seemingly tracking the play, but he's not 100%. I like the Falcons here. I do think that, look, if it is Mariota stepping in for injured Jaden Daniels again, obviously I really like it. Atlanta just got absolutely embarrassed by their divisional opponent. So we're kind of buying low here on the Falcons. I think they come back pissed. I think they have too much talent to just really lay eggs back-to-back weeks. And I think getting 3 points at home when the other team might be starting a backup or a QB at less than 100%, sign me up. I think the talent is close to equivalent between the two rosters. This was also a really great game. Week 17 of last year, if anyone at home recalls, when the Commanders actually clinched their playoff berth. The Falcons played in Washington. It was on Sunday Night Football, and the Falcons lost by 6 in overtime. I expect this to be a very close game as well, again. And look, give me the Falcons +3. I'm joining you. I don't know if I'm taking the money line just because I've been burned one too many times by doing that with Atlanta. So I'm going to take the
You got a +3, so I think that helps. I'm looking at it right now, and I can only get +1, +1.5. So at that point, I'm just taking the money line here. I can give another one though that it's also basically a pick 'em, but I'm seeing that in the Raiders Bears game, I'm seeing that the Bear Raiders are favored slight favorites in a couple places where I'm seeing you can get plus money on the Bears a couple spots. So I think we can call the Bears at this point an underdog. I know I've kind of been on the stream and we talked about the Bears before the season. I talked about them being potentially a frisky team, and they kind of shit the bed the first 2 weeks. And then Caleb Williams looked great against a bad Dallas defense. So we're going to hope that they keep it rolling this week. And I think the Raiders are also not that talented of a football team. And we're gonna take the Bears to win at home against the Raiders. They're giving it's basically a pick 'em right now. I'm seeing -115 and -105 for that. You can get them like +102 or +103 on Novig and Profit. So it's technically an underdog play here, barely, but I think it'll qualify.
I like it. I'm not touching that game with the 10-foot pole. If we really want another underdog game, actually, I'm sorry. Give me a second. All right, we're back. Yeah, another underdog game. Actually, give me the Cardinals tonight. I got them at +1.5. The reason being NFC West primetime game on a short week. Give me the home dog every single time. The travel, quick turnaround, the division familiarity. I don't know. It all points to a close, ugly game. Arizona's at home, basically a pick 'em in a game that will probably be decided by a last-second field goal. So I'll roll the dice with the home dog in this spot. It will probably be eerily similar to that Cardinals-Seahawks game from like 8 years ago when it was 6-6 and went to overtime and it ended with a tie. If that happens, great. We cash. So I'll take the Cards +1.5.
Yeah, they just announced that they're wearing those new Nike jerseys. I'm not really sure how I feel about them, but that could give them a little juice.
Hold on. I got to see these. Where's this? Cardinals jerseys for tonight.
It's like the Nike rivalry uniform. They're weird. They announced them at the beginning of the year, like with the Jets, the Dolphins. The Dolphins are wearing their gross ones on Monday night too. I don't really know how I feel. They got like the deserts. They're like cream with like the desert specks on them. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about them. Yeah, these. It looks like kind of like I don't even know. It looks like shit stains on it almost.
Yeah, they're interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the cream colorway. The helmet's sweet, but I don't really know how I feel about the rest of the uniform here.
Helmet is pretty cool. All right, well, let's see. Look good, feel good, play good, all right?
Yeah, maybe give them like extra juice.
Wild Panda, he likes the Seahawks and Buccaneers this week. Okay. So we're going up against each other tonight, Wild Panda, but maybe we both could win. You could take Seahawks money line. I'll win. I will win on Cardinals +1.5, Wild Panda. And you're taking the Bucks against the Eagles. Okay. I like that as well. Eagles
Yeah, that's interesting.
not look so great unless they're playing wildly from behind, then they're abandoning everything Kevin Patullo actually wants to do. So we'll see what happens this week. Dan Smith, any thoughts on the comments I saw on X? Any thoughts on the comments I saw on X about Mac Jones playing on a different level this year? Yeah, I mean, look, he's playing all right in place of Brock Purdy. He's playing for probably one of the best offensive minds in football, Kyle Shanahan. So I think Kyle Shanahan's really just simplifying things and accentuating his strengths and keeping him out of harm's way. And the 49ers have a really damn good roster around him. So it's no surprise that he is playing better than he has in recent years. That is my
only thing here. Yeah, the only other thing I got here, Dan, is Brock Purdy's potentially tracking to play this week anyway. So it might be a short run for Mac Jones playing on a different level this year if Brock can return.
But he's performed admirably in relief, especially the fact he is hurt as well. So 2-0. Can't complain with that if you're a 49ers fan. But sucks to see Nick Bosa out for the year now. It seemingly feels like the 49ers every year, just injuries pile up.
It's brutal.
It really is. But all right, before we go, what's your best bet of the weekend?
Oh, do you have yours first and give me a second to think about it? Are you going to tell me it's the Jets?
No, it's not the Jets. I honestly haven't really thought about this one, if I'm being honest. Give me a second.
Yeah, are we both gonna have to take a second for our best bet of the weekend here?
Please do not tail these. The best bets.
I'll pick one maybe for the game tonight too.
All right, give us it.
I've been I think I'm gonna go with um, Kyler Murray under 214.5 passing yards tonight. Oh, the QBs have seemed to have gone. This is based on zero stats and just random seeing, but the QBs have seemed to have gone under in a lot of the games that I've seen. I've seen a lot of parlays out there. People, parlaying receptions with unders for QB totals. I don't. I have nothing to back that up here, but I think it's been it's been more of a ground game and short pitch and catch in the NFL to start the year. So I'm gonna ride with Kyler Murray to go under. He's also been my fantasy QB for one of my leagues, and he's been utterly disappointing. So maybe this is just a reverse jinx for me, and hoping that he finally puts it together tonight. So little added juice there for me, but I'm going to take him under 214.5. I think you can get him some places. I think it's down to 211.5 on FanDuel, so I wouldn't take it there, but I would shop around and try to get it as high as you can get it if you are going to tail. But I wouldn't recommend that for this one.
All right, I actually have found it. My best bet of the week, I think. Give me the Raiders Bears over 47.5 in Vegas. Games being played in a dome. Both defenses are horrible and rank in the bottom 10 across the board and close to every metric you can find. And both offenses are pretty decent. Both offenses are generating about 5 yards per play. Geno versus Caleb in a dome. I think there will be a lot of points in this one. My fantasy team is hoping for the same. So give me the over 47.5.
We like it. We want points. We want points in that. I like to see. I think I took Caleb Williams to throw for like 4,000 yards or something like that before the season. So if he can keep slinging it, I love to see it.
Excellent. Are you in Survivor or no?
I am in Survivor. Yeah, I'm still alive in all my Survivors, which is better than I think the last 2 years I was out on day one. So I'm happy to be there. Are we gonna get some Survivor picks?
Uh, I'm still here, but I'm going to take the Texans this week just because I was looking at their future value and it's not great. I'm sure it's very chalky. But
No, I mean, there's a lot of chalky ones this week, right? Like Denver's -7.5.
I mean, the Bills
Uh,
are -17.
Yeah, I think I'm leaning towards saving the Bills. I'm sure it's probably just that there's, you can justify it either which way of who you're going to take and just taking the Bills now and getting it out of the way. But I think there's a ton of future value on the Bills, and I'm trying to maximize my future value a little bit here and take one of these other teams. I mean, the Chargers are -6 at the Giants. The Lions are -9. I would stay away from the Chargers for survivor purposes just because of Jackson Dart being a wild card and we don't really have any information on it. So I personally wouldn't go there. The Chargers are definitely a better football team, but who knows what Dart looks at. Most likely am going to take the Texans as well because I don't think it's the way they've been playing. I don't think there's going to be any other game that I feel semi confident that they're gonna be able to win handily. I don't even feel that good about them this week, but uh, they're 7-point favorites, so you can't really argue with it.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. But that's our show. Anything else before we wrap up?
No, nothing else besides I guess just last thing is like I said about the Ryder Cup. If you have any boosts or anything that you want to discuss, it starts tomorrow morning, if I'm not mistaken, right? So bump it in the Discord. I haven't done any bets on the Ryder Cup yet, so I'm going to be scouring the market and just looking for how to maximize all these different boosts and what's out there today. Like I said, I've just got back, so I haven't really had the full time to look at everything yet, but that's going to be the rest of my night. So hop on in.
I love it. Last but not least for me, Marvin Harrison, if you're watching this, wake up.
Yeah, he's on my fantasy team too. He's really got to wake up.
It's time. All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll be back next week. Ciao.
Ciao.